All right, man. So they gave the fight to Joshua. Real interesting fight, man. Goddamn referee, man. This guy, man, really made this shit, extremely hard to watch. Yes, baby. I'm recording, so you own video. Don't disappear. Anyway, it was a good fight, man. Real technical. Let me turn this down a little bit. Real technical fight, man. First few rounds, man. Parker did exactly what I thought he was gonna do. Utilized a lot of footwork, utilized the jab, threw a few flurries, like I said he was gonna do. Kept Joshua at bay. Joshua was coming in, pressing. I would say not really pressing the action, but just pressing him. Making sure that he had him on his back foot, backing him up for most of the fight, bringing the pressure, and that caused Parker to move back a lot more in this fight than I know he wanted to, but he was prepared to do it because he knew that Joshua was going to be coming forward throughout the fight. So the first round was even for me. Neither one of them did anything in that round. I think Joshua came back in the second and third, took over from there, landed some pretty good shots. He was landing the majority of the power shots throughout the fight. That's not to say that Parker didn't land any power shots because he did. He landed some solid left hands in there, especially with the jab, and he threw some rights and backed Joshua up a few times in the fight. But I gave him the fourth round, and the fifth round. I would say you could have went either way throughout the whole fight, basically. But I had Joshua up, by at least 3 rounds. I'm not gonna go through every round and tell you guys how I had it scored, but I had Joshua more so up throughout the fight due to the fact that he was landing the power shots. He was putting together most of the combinations throughout the fight, but this fight was hard to judge from a decent standpoint because the referee constantly kept coming in, breaking them up, coming in, breaking them up. Every time a fight got ready to break out, this guy was going in, breaking them up. I understand the holding, I understand the clinching, but in big fights like this, you separate fighters by telling them to punch out. Sometimes, you let them know, hey, you guys go ahead and punch out of that, punch out, and if they can't punch out and you constantly see the grabbing and the holding taking place, then that's when you separate these guys. But he kept coming in every time Joshua was landing something extremely significant, and you could see that Parker was hurt. Then he would dive in there and break up the fight. And then Joshua had tape hanging from his glove throughout the fight, in multiple rounds where you could see the tape hanging. And this guy, well, he didn't even see it. Joshua got frustrated and gave himself a timeout and went to the corner and had his corner tape up the glove, and then his tape was like that again, and the referee finally caught it once again in the midst of an exchange, and then he breaks him, and then he tells him to go take care of the tape. And Joshua just stripped it off and walked to his corner because that was the end of the round. It was just ridiculous from that standpoint. It could have been a better fight than what it was. I knew that it was going to be technical because Parker is on always moving. He always has very good movement. He utilized his jab pretty good. He like I said, he more so used his jab to open up flurries. He landed like a good solid 1-2, I believe, in like maybe the sixth or the seventh round. It could have been earlier than that, but he landed a solid 1-2 and kind of backed Joshua up, and that was pretty much his most significant round throughout the fight. Other than that, he played it pretty well as far as maintaining his distance, keeping Joshua at bay with the jab, and covering up. That's pretty much what he did throughout the fight. But Joshua was able to get to him. He was able to land, like I said, the more significant power shots. I called it a knockout, between the eighth and the 10th, I believe. I knew it was going to go the distance, but I thought that maybe around the 10th round, Joshua would have slowed down Parker, and he would have caught him with something. And in reality, that's exactly what was happening. But the referee kept coming in, breaking him up every time the exchange took place, and Joshua had him hurt. He kept coming in, breaking it up, and I just don't understand why. I'm watching the end of the fight. I just don't understand why you would put a referee in a fight of this magnitude that's only had 4 championship bouts under his belt. I just don't understand it. But hopefully, like I said, we'll be able to see Wilder and Joshua get in that ring after this. I already know Wilder's going to say he wasn't impressed by the fight, and he feels that he can provide a better fight, and he's gonna knock Joshua out, which he's been saying all along. But I already know he's gonna see this fight, and he's gonna say he wasn't impressed. But he's gonna give him credit for being able to go 12 rounds and not looking despondent or extremely out of gas, and things of that nature. But anyway, this video is too long. That's my take on the fight. Like I said, Joshua landed the more significant punches throughout the fight. Parker gave him a good bout. He gave him some good looks in there. And after this fight, Joshua was going to be ready, man, for a technical fight. If it comes down to being a technical fight between him and Joshua, him and Wilder. And if it's going to be a face-to-face, all-out war, then he's gonna be ready for that. So it's gonna be a good fight. Anyway, man, let's hope for the best. Y'all enjoy y'all Saturday, man. I'm out, about to get ready and enjoy my time with my wife, and have a good one. Peace.